Hey everyone, it's Thursday, December 31st, which means it's the last day of 2020. The time is 4:02 p.m. and the temperature is 2 degrees Celsius. I'm here in Christie Pits Park, and that is Bloor Street West just in front of me. And I thought I'd finish off the year by taking a walk through a couple of my favorite neighborhoods in the city, which are Koreatown and the Annex. I realize I passed through these neighborhoods just a few weeks ago on this channel, but I wanted to end the year on a positive note by exploring some of my favorite places again, and also talking a bit about the growth of the channel over the past year. This is the intersection of Christie and Bloor Street. That's a look towards Christie Station. And on the south side of Bloor is actually Bloor and Grace Street. So Christie on the north side and Grace on the south side. The last time I recorded a video down this way, I was on the north side of the street, so I thought, let's head down the south side of Bloor Street. And this is the Koreatown neighborhood. In 2020, it was sad to see so many people suffer at the hands of the virus, as well as small businesses and their employees struggle due to a lot of the restrictions put in place. But I think we can all agree we're looking forward to a much more positive 2021. And I'd like to thank all the Patreon and channel members for their amazing support, including the God tier members who are Andrew N, I Will Rock Your World, High Fiver, Chuck Diamond, Jenny K, Josh, and Ron V. I hope I remembered them all. I'd also like to thank everyone else who has subscribed to this channel and my other channel. And those who have contributed through other means as well. And when I started the channel, which was a little over 2 years ago, I never thought we'd get to the brink of 35,000 subscribers, probably at any point, let alone so soon. In fact, at the 1 year mark, I think I just checked my stats before I left, and it said I was at 1,735 subscribers. So that's quite a bit of growth, seeing as it's just a hair below 35,000 right now. So again, a huge thanks to everyone who has signed up to subscribe to the channel and watch the videos. I also noted that in total, I had 300,000 video views on December 31st last year. And that number is now greater than 5 million. And sometime in June, I recorded my first narrated videos. So up until then, all the cycling and walking videos I recorded just featured the ambient sounds of the city. But there are a number of channels in Toronto that were doing that at the time, and I kind of looked for a way to differentiate and distinguish what I was doing. And what I found was the average watch time of the narrated videos was actually quite a bit higher than the non-narrated videos. So since people were watching them longer and generally watching more of them, I pretty much switched to doing almost exclusively narrated videos. I do some of the quiet ones where I don't talk from time to time, but the majority of them I do talk. There are some other excellent channels based in the city that you can check out if you prefer that kind of video. Oh, it looks like this pharmacy has a new sign. This is my old neighborhood, so it's always interesting to take in a lot of the changes. There are no formal New Year's celebrations in the city this year, and I think the city is even closing up Nathan Phillips Square and City Hall at 10 p.m. And the mayor did ask everyone to stay home tonight. Here's Palmerston Avenue. The area south of here is easily one of the nicest residential streets you'll find, at least in this part of the city. So I don't think I'll be out here tonight making a video. Last year I made a couple of videos on New Year's. There were also some requests to do a live stream, but I really don't think there will be a whole lot going on. This is the old Mervish Village area on the right where Honest Ed's used to be. And speaking of live streams, that's something I started doing in August of this year. And since I did that first one, I think there's been 80 more or so. Take a look at some of the new residential towers going up here. This will be a mixed-use development, but primarily dominated by rental buildings, which is kind of cool. So I'm definitely looking forward to doing a lot more live streaming from different parts of the city and even from other cities and abroad, if we're allowed to travel in 2021. And up here is Bathurst Street, so we'll be leaving Koreatown and heading into the Annex neighborhood. As I mentioned, this stretch of Bloor is my favorite part of the city to wander around, and if I had a choice, this is probably where I would live as well. Well, I do have that choice, but I definitely enjoyed my time living here, and I wouldn't hesitate to come back to this neighborhood. And over the last year, a few subscribers of the channel have even started their own walking channels, which has been kind of neat to watch them grow and evolve. One of them is Bevy YHZ's channel. She's based out of Halifax and is a moderator in the live chats on my streams, as well as a Patreon member. And I think she hinted that she'll be doing a live stream at some point in the somewhat near future. And speaking of new channels, I had started my second channel, the Stumbles channel, back in September. I think it was September 1st when I uploaded the first video to there. And that one is now over 1,600 subscribers. This Pico here used to be a second cup for the longest time. That's a Canadian Starbucks style coffee chain. So I'll continue to try to post a daily video to this channel every day, as well as do 3 or 4 live streams a week. And I'm currently posting a bonus video to the Stumbles channel about every other day. And I'll be live streaming from there once a week or so. Those streams are a bit different. Rather than walk around the city, I do them from the comfort of my own home, and I chat with everyone and play some videos I've recorded around the city in the background. It's kind of a fun experience. At least for me, I don't know about you guys. But it's kind of nice to make content while staying nice and warm at home. And one thing I really like to do is travel. At the end of last year, I went for a trip that passed through Korea and Taiwan, and I was able to record a bunch of videos for the channel through there, or rather those countries. And then at the start of 2020, I went on another trip, and I was able to get some videos in, and that was just at the start of the pandemic. So unfortunately, there's no winter 2020 trip. This place is new. Scotty Bond's Caribbean Grill. Hopefully it won't be too much longer till they can open to dine-in customers again. It would certainly suck to launch a restaurant in the middle of this and be limited to takeout and delivery. There's the old Brunswick House, now what else but a Rexall. And the old location of Tilt Arcade, before they were somewhat controversially pushed out and replaced by what I think is a boutique hotel. I'm sure that hotel didn't have a first good year of operation. Tilt's now located down on Dundas, and they have a sister arcade called Z80 on the Danforth in Greektown. Or I think it's just before Greektown. So I don't yet have any travel plans for 2021, but I would like to head down to the States and maybe do a road trip and record some driving videos and walking videos and do some live streams. New York City is definitely on the list. I also had thoughts of going to Eastern Europe at some point. I've never been to Budapest and Prague, and those two cities in particular kind of interest me. So maybe we can get out there and do some videos and live streams. That guy's giving the person heck in that car for triggering the alarm. So as I was saying, I'd also like to get to South America at some point. And if circumstances allow, I would like to go back to Asia. But who really knows at this point? Look at the long lineup at the metro. And you know what? I think I crossed over to the south side of Bloor Street in my last video. I seem to recall walking on this side by some of these storefronts. Oh well. And here is Spadina Avenue on the right and road on the left. I also have some ideas for some different kinds of videos, which will probably end up on the Second Stumbles channel. One of which is just kind of how I make these videos. Just a video highlighting the equipment setup and maybe a bit of the thought and planning process. And a lot of people have asked me about how I actually put the videos together in some of the live streams. So maybe on the Stumbles channel, I'm thinking I'll do this probably within the next week or so, is I will live stream editing a video. So if that's something you're interested in, you can look for that to appear on the Stumbles channel. I know that's probably not something that would appeal to a lot of you, but if that does tickle your fancy, you know where you'll find that content. It's kind of neat to just hang out and chat with people, and the live chats on that channel are a lot less crazy, so I can actually address most of the questions and comments, which is kind of neat. That's Madison Avenue on the north side there. And a lot of what's on the south side is property of the University of Toronto. I'm not sure what exactly they're doing with this building right now. This is Yonge Street. There's the old Roach Hotel. not sure when sundown is, but it should be pretty soon, probably around 4:40 or so. If you do have any ideas for things I could do in 2021, let me know in the comments. And while I can't respond to all of the comments, I certainly do take the time to read them all. Any feedback at all is appreciated, good or bad. One thing I'm meaning to do is get out and show more of the city, at least a couple of videos a week that get away from the more popular areas. Kind of like the recent Mount Dennis video I did. Another area I'd like to tackle in the near future is New Toronto in Mimico. I did do a Long Branch video in the summer, but perhaps I'll go back there. And some videos around Scarborough and the Mississauga City Centre and Vaughan City Centre are probably in order, though I might wait till spring before I do those. This is St. George Street. So you can enter the St. George subway station just over there. There's another entrance up ahead at Bedford. And that's Robarts Library off in the distance. And yesterday in the live stream, I had my first ever giveaway. We gave away a brand new Amazon Fire Stick. So that was kind of neat. I'll be doing giveaways somewhat randomly on the live streams. I can't do them every time or announce them ahead of time, as there could very well be people just kind of staking out the city and following me, waiting until I announce the giveaway is active. That's not very fun. It's kind of cheating. So we're going to keep it random. Maybe once a week, maybe once every other week. And I think it added a nice element. And the gentleman who collected the prize was rather nice. So as long as people can be friendly and not break any laws in the process, I think it's something we'll continue to do. And maybe for the people that don't live in Toronto, I'll do the odd giveaway where we have some kind of contest where I'll mail something away. Perhaps when I get around to offering merch, we'll do some merch giveaways. It's a whole world I haven't really explored a whole lot yet. Again, I never expected the channel to get to this point so soon. And the annex would technically end, I think, just up ahead here at Avenue Road on the left, and it'll be Queen's Park on the right. Some interesting tunes blasting from that truck. There's Bedford. If they don't have the dome over the plane surface, you often get a rather nice view of the skyline from this point. Here's a look in at Varsity Arena. And the Royal Conservatory. Oh, I'm starting to lose my voice a bit. So as for tonight, I don't really think I'll stream from outside, but maybe I'll do a quick stumble stream. Of course, by the time you're watching this, you'll already know the outcome if that's something you care about. There's a look down south through Philosopher's Walk. And here's the Royal Ontario Museum. So here's what I'll do for the rest of this walk. I'm gonna go a bit old school and just stop talking. We've passed through my favorite neighborhoods to walk through and live in the city, at least through the main retail stretch along Bloor. So I'd like to thank everyone for their support throughout 2020, and I hope you guys all have a fantastic 2021. So from here on in, until I get to Bloor and Yonge, I'll remain quiet. So we'll make this a bit of an old school experience. All right, guys, thanks for watching and have a happy new year.
Go in the suburbs.